Good morning, everybody. So I am going to a small flea market today. It's at a place called Hor Park. I have been told that is how it is pronounced. There's actually like a little antique space here that I shopped the last time I visited, and it was really good. It's where I got that beautiful floral needlepoint that hangs on my gallery wall, like I think 8 pounds. So I'm gonna hit up that shop after I go through this like pole barn of vintage stuff. So I'm really excited. So this table has a ton of stuff I like, especially like this painted box with the deer and so many little trinkets, that little owl back there. Everything I have wanted so far basically has been heavy. And look at this tray. I would have gotten this tray. It's always about the weight when I am packing, and I am very much at capacity right now. My first purchase is this adorable wood box with the metal inlay mushrooms for 10 pounds. I could not pass it up. So I just grabbed this really pretty painted box for 5 pounds and a tiny little brass trinket one I'll show you in a second. And this little one was £1, so I couldn't leave it behind. So much good brass. Look at the planes. I've picked one up on this trip already, but I want all of these ones too. So you guys may not know this, but I love taxidermy. I don't buy it, but I want it, and I kind of want this crazy looking dude. You guys, glass mushrooms, more brass animals and pieces I want so bad. I have never seen that style of turtle before. Okay, so I made quick work of that little pole barn. I think it's worth a stop, especially if you're local, because the pricing was good. I definitely found stuff that if I had the weight of my luggage, I would have bought. And everyone was very sweet and nice. So now I'm gonna make my way into the actual antique like shop that last time I was here, like I said, I had good luck at. So this place is very, very cute. So this is the antiques place, but it has a cafe and other types of shops, and I think it's a farm, and I think they have like a car boot sale here across the road on Sundays. So I'm heading up the stairs, and that caught my eye, of course, stopped me in my tracks. So just see how much that is. These moody paintings also stopped me on my way up. They are 20 pounds each, and the frames are really good. So the floral is 20. It definitely has some wear. Now close up, I'm not loving it as much as I saw in the mirror. So I don't think I'll be getting it, but I really hope I can find some more florals before I head home. I have been looking for one of these for all of my miniature things, and it's only 45 pounds, and it has like equal squares. Oh, it is really big though. I just do not think I would be able to get that in a piece of luggage. So I think I must be above the cafe because the smell is so intoxicating. And I'm getting hungry. I'm like, oh, do I need to get something to eat at the cafe after this? So this is really good marketing, like pump the smell up through and entice people to come get a bite after they shop. This brass vase is fascinating. Look at the shape on it. It's not priced, which there's been a few things in this room of cases that have not been priced. And I think the last time I was here, the stuff that I wanted wasn't priced either 2 years ago. So I think I'm just gonna have to maybe take some pictures and write down who it is and then see about getting a price. I mean, look at that cat. He's so cute. Man, the figurines that you can find in the UK, it's just crazy. And I'm pretty certain you could probably find your pet somewhere in an antique shop in this country. Look at that dog. His head, I think, opens. And again, I don't think he's priced. So I'm gonna have to add this to the list of things for them to figure out. You guys, I am destroyed. Look at that painting of fish and mushrooms up there. It is huge. There's no way of bringing it back home. But wow, for a still life, a kitchen still life, that is the most incredible thing I've ever seen. This is the absolute sweetest little cabinet. It has a drawer, it's 69 pounds, so I won't be getting it, but I'm always on the hunt for these cute little display storage pieces, the ones that are really old in wood, because they can look amazing in a kitchen on a counter to put like spices in or other things, but I have yet to find one in my price range because usually the people know what they have. Thank the Lord my son is not with me right now because he would be obsessed with this room. Oh my gosh, he would lose his mind and then I would lose all my money. I really like that small brass pot with the little handles. It's only 5 pounds, and that really pretty picture frame in the back. Also have my eye on these candle holders, but the person wrote the tag but never gave it a price. So I found that a lot when I was shopping with my reselling friend Angela. When we went shopping together, we kept finding things that were either unpriced or tagged and identified but no price. And look at that tray back there. 10 pounds. Look at those handles. I really like the little signs that they have in front of stuff that says new in. I really like that because signage, you know, can be kind of but I feel like it's really tasteful and sophisticated, and I feel like I need to do this. Some more new in this space. Those 2 needle points, I have not seen those patterns before, and the pair are 55 pounds. So the UK has a lot of great studio pottery, similar to what I see back home. So it's always kind of nice to see these pieces. And this one is 10 pounds. I like the flowers and the way the top is. I just wish the colors weren't quite as moody. I pretty much love everything in this room. My goodness, it's styled so nicely. And there's a lot of great pieces. When you look around, oh, there's another one of those. Some florals. I spotted some stuff over there I gotta go check the price on. Oh, and also, you guys know what that is. It's a wicker frog. I can spot them a mile away, and that is the first real wicker animal I've seen. And then over here, a lot of great stuff too. Oh, and look at those cute baby miniatures. And then these pillows, 15 for the pair. Kind of want to bring them home, although I'm not sure how I feel about the cornucopia. It's never been my thing, a cornucopia. And this is a needlepoint that is huge, and 70 birds. So I've gotten some really good needlepoint deals on this trip. So like under 20, so it's sometimes really hard to pay up. So this is 15, so I think I'm gonna get this. And then this one's 28, so I'm gonna pass on that. The frame looks too new, and this is a style that sometimes was done in like a manufacturer setting, so you have to just keep that in mind when you're sourcing that style. This owl is stone, and I have sold these in my booth before. It's 10 pounds. It's very heavy, so I won't be getting it. I'm gonna try to be good, but it's very hard because I do love the stone owls. I am truly powerless against small things. These are 5 for the pair. This one has, I don't know what inside. I may have to dig that out. It says GF on the bottom, so they're gluten-free, which is great because I'm gluten-free. So I think I'm gonna have to get these because those handles are too sweet and I could lose my mind over them. I want all of these hanging stands for like your entryway, for your spices. They're so good. So here's a wicker thing that is on my bucket list to find. And they come up on Marketplace on occasion, but they're always far away. But it's one of these wicker busts. I wish I knew more about these little jars because I know they can go for a lot. And of course I follow someone who knows all about them. I just gotta pick her brain at some point. Because yeah, I see them when I'm here, but I just don't feel confident in how much I should be paying. This is the first blue dog I have seen here. I have picked up 2 sets since I've been here, and I hope to find more at the market I'm going to tomorrow. So it is the very last day of my trip in the UK, and I am going to be spending it going to a massive vintage market, which I don't recommend ending your trip with a massive buying event. You should start your trip with one, because I'm already having a lot of anxiety on how I'm going to get what I might find home, and also the things I may have to leave behind. I've already had to leave behind so many things I've just am like destroyed about, but I already have 3 suitcases filled. So yikes. I have my Hulken with me. I travel with it even internationally. The Hulken bag is amazing. I have it linked down below. It's just the best market bag by far. I mean, I use it also for postal runs when I'm shipping stuff, so it's awesome. So anyways, it also makes you feel like a celebrity when you're walking around with it, because people are like, ooh, what bag is that? And you're like, it's a Hulken. You should get one. Use my QR code and I get a kickback. So anyways, let's see what I find today. So I am 2 seconds in the gate, and I found this painting of a stag on board for 10 pounds. So that came home with me immediately. I also want this painted egg. It's nesting, so there's 2 more inside for 15 pounds. But you guys, this is literally the first table, and I don't want to spend everything on the first table. So I'm in the best booth of art, and I just bought this for myself because it has antiques in it, and I absolutely adore it. There's so many beautiful pieces of art. Oh, if I could do this loose art and bring it home, I would. Beautiful paintings, and I want that stool so bad. So much original art that I am desperate to own. The most stunning collection of pottery. Love all the blues. So I may have a mental breakdown over the sheer volume of art, and good art. Such good art, and it's all just a hair out of my budget, where it's like, oh, not an easy like pull the trigger, buy it. So I feel like the shopping day is going to just destroy me, because there's gonna be so many pieces that I'm just gonna be like, why can't I buy you and bring you home? Another painting I want to bring home. This one's 85. So my favorite type of table is the deals table, and I just got this guy for $5. So it's a metal box. This says tea on it. A bunch of stools I want to bring back. Look at the joinery on this blonde one. When I was in my prime brass tray days, I would have lost my mind over this pile. So this is a bin of brass. I have seen this type of high heel many times, but have you guys ever found one like this? Never seen a modern one. So many figurines. So there's an owl, a little mouse, a little bird, and they are all so very heavy. Found some art to buy. This very cool still life, which I'm going to likely remove from the frame, and this beautiful floral. So much brass. It's just insane. I love the minis. If you guys have been watching me for a while, I'm obsessed with them. And then I love this figurine here. It reminds me of a Walter Bossy, but I'm not sure if it is. So I just spotted this very strange, terrifying person picture, and I had to have it. So it was 15 pounds, and it's coming home. This incredible dresser is only 170 pounds. Look at these knobs. Someone needs to buy this today. I spy some Staffordshire dogs. There are so many cute dogs here. There's a pile of dogs there. There's a cute little wiener dog there. So jealous of that needlepoint that woman has. It's a nude, and it's just phenomenal. There's actually been a lot of mid-century stuff here, which has been a real treat to find. And look at that sofa. It is incredible. Look at this Jesus painting. Dare I say he is quite handsome. So I am doing a drop because I've had a lot of success in the last 30 minutes. Look at this beautiful floral painting. And then in here are more florals and some needle points. And they're all so good. I can't wait to show you guys. And then I also got this very cool wood container. So I have a little collection of these. So these are towns in France. I'm sorry, I'm panting. It is so hot. And I have two that I have gotten. And I was really hoping to find another one to add to my collection when I was in Europe this month. And I did. So I'm so excited. More stools. More stools. Oh, and look at the spindles on some of them, like in the back. So good. So I decided to get the Jesus painting. It was 40 pounds, which I thought was a good deal. The gentleman, by the time I got back to pay for it, had totally disrobed and was shirtless and had boxer shorts on. So a strange experience, but Jesus is now safe in the Hulkin. I'm a huge fan of these very interesting European peg racks. Way better than the peg racks that I find in the States and sell. Usually they're priced up, so not getting them. But I'm always on the hunt for them when I'm in Europe. Some really old cherubs. That guy has a hand missing, which is so sad. I love how the paint flakes away. And I did find another cherub that I did bring home. Okay, so that is a wrap on thrifting and vintage shopping in Europe. And I got a lot of stuff I did not show you on camera. So you'll have to stay for the haul at the end of this video so you can see and find out what of all the stuff is going to be for sale for you guys, because I definitely got stuff for myself. Surprise, surprise. But thank you guys so much for joining me on my trip, and I can't wait to see you in my next journey. So we're back stateside in my studio space, and I feel like this haul might be the one that I'm most excited to show you from my trip. Now, I got a lot of great stuff when I was in Europe in June, but this one, every time I walk past the pile, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to show them this stuff because they're gonna lose their mind. So a lot of it, of course, you just saw in footage, but there's a few pieces that I don't think I filmed because filming and shopping and getting good deals at markets don't always go hand in hand. And so there's some stuff that will probably be new to you that you did not see on the footage. So I can't wait to show you just really quickly. The market that I went to was called the Sunbury Antiques Market, and it's at the Kempton Park. So this is like outside of the London, like downtown area, but it's very accessible to get to. Parking was really great. I felt like the whole thing was very easy. Now I went on the weekend. I think they only do the weekend market I think once a year, and then most of the time it's during the week, and most of the time it's earlier in the day. The weekend one that I went to, it started at 10 a.m., which was amazing because I hate going to markets at like 6 a.m. I just don't know why all markets have to start at that time because the poor vendors have to get there in like the wee hours of the morning. So I don't understand that at all, but I heard that the deals are a little bit better during the week than they are during this one weekend event. So if you guys have shopped this market, if you're in the UK and you've shopped this market, you'll have to let others know down below in the comments, like your thoughts on this antique market. But I thought the quality was really good and the pricing was good. So I can't wait to show you everything I got. A lot of it is going to be for you guys. Okay, so I got a lot of art. And we're gonna kick things off with this stunning painting. I can't believe I'm giving it up. It's crazy to me. The colors are moody, but the parts that are really bright are just really saturated. I mean, it's just a stunning, stunning piece. I saw this, I was like, 100%, you are gonna be coming home in my luggage. And one thing that's really tricky about ending your trip with the biggest shopping event of your trip is that you can't plan packing at all for the rest of your trip. So this market and this haul definitely played in my mind when I was shopping. I was like, oh, do I even have room for all this stuff? And as I was shopping weeks prior, I was like, oh, I mean, is this worth what I could be getting further on? So I don't recommend ending your trip with all the shopping. This is another floral, which I always think that it needs to go this way, but no. It goes this way because this is the bowl behind the actual flowers, and then the signature is right here. So actually it's a little bit dusty. I gotta like, yeah, it has like stuff on it from being packed with everything else. But I just really thought it was beautiful. And the bowl, if you look really close, is lovely. And if I remember right, I think I got this as part of a bundle deal. I'm sorry, I can't remember how much I paid for any of this stuff, but I'm hoping in footage that I just showed you that I set it on screen. But largely speaking, most art I try to get, under, if I can, like 30 pounds, especially art on board like this. But art on board sells really well, and it can sell for a good amount if it is a good piece like this. And I just love how on here it has like the information on bowl and roses and where it came from, which I think makes it more special. So anyways, yeah, this Also, once I tidy it up a little bit, is going to be available on Etsy. And then a piece that I bought for myself. And I honestly totally forgot I had bought this until I was getting everything ready to show you guys the art. And this piece is going to be for me forever. I think I'm going to try and frame it just because I feel like it's going to even sing even more. But what sold me on it is where it says antiques right there. I mean, this is a very me style of art. I love this type of art. I love the colors. I love that it's not super perfect. I think it's really cute. Sorry, I have a hair tickling me. I'm in my shedding hair season right now. Does anyone else shed in the summer like me? Probably not. And yeah, I thought it was absolutely stunning. So this is gonna be for me forever. I definitely paid up for it. I think I paid 30 pounds for it, which I thought for something like this was totally fair because when I buy something for me, I generally don't mind paying up for it if I think it's truly special. So thought it was so cute. Some more artwork to show you. This piece I absolutely just fell in love with because it is the perfect like countryside seasonal piece of art. It was only 10 pounds. It definitely has, you know, some wear. I mean, like the corners are all curved and flaking up a little bit. I mean, you absolutely could frame this, or I think even on its own, like propped up against, you know, a shelf would be totally fine, or on an easel, because I think it's just a really cool eye-catching piece. It has so much detail and colors. It's just really well done. And for $10, I thought it was amazing. I was considering like holding it for my seasonal drop that I was gonna do, but I feel like someone's gonna wanna get their hands on it now. So I may not wait because I feel like there could be some excitement around this very cool dude. So yeah, this is gonna be available on Etsy. As soon as this video goes live, I'm gonna try to have it listed. And in case you're new to my channel, most of the stuff that I show on my videos, I usually link down below in the description. I link to my Etsy shop, although if there's something there that you're really excited about and you don't see, send me an email or DM and then I can let you know if it's sold or not, because every once in a while I totally forget to list something and then I need to get up. So next I want to show you some amazing little needle points that I picked up. I thought they were adorable. Usually I don't like old-timey kids. You guys know this, but old-timey kids holding animals, a different story. This one's holding a bunny. This one is holding a little dog, and it has that petite point where the thickness of the stitches is different, so it's more detailed, which I love. So these were really well done, framed. The booth that I got this from, she had the most amazing style and pieces and curation. I think I got this from her too, this like really pretty painting. And there's some other stuff that I got that you'll see here in a second, but I was so excited to shop her stuff and her prices were really good. And so anytime I can find needle points, I get so excited about it because needle points in Europe, they're definitely more prevalent than they are here in the States. And so every time I go, that's one of the main things I look for. Art and needle points are two of the things I get most excited about, just because it's hard to find really good ones here for the price points that you can get overseas. So very excited about those. Those will be available on Etsy. Another thing, or another two things I got from that booth, and I think this is what actually might have drew me in, were these amazing florals. And I don't know what it was about this market, but moodiness is definitely part of the theme, because I got these two florals. I just showed you that other floral, and then I have a very moody portrait to show you, which you guys already saw on camera, so you can guess which one it is. But these I thought were phenomenal. They're from 1975, and because that's what it says on the back, and it has the person who did them there. I'll sell them as a pair, and again, I can't believe I'm selling these because they're so good. They have hooks on the back, they're ready to hang, they're just really good. So I did so well in her booth. So the last thing I got in this gal's booth, now I'm remembering what she had in her space, is this amazing lidded pot. So this is French. It has the name of a town etched on it. This is the third one that I have. So I'll pop on the screen the three that I have. This is like a little mini collection that I have started. This one is going to take a lot more time to actually grow because you don't find these very often. So I found one when I was in Paris, and then I got one when I was actually local from a local dealer, and then my third one I found in the UK. But they are French. They always have the town etched on them, and they all have a similar style of wood tone, and then also like a similar way of creating like a kind of like a textured iridescent type of appearance with the wood. So they're just all very interesting, but they all have a very similar look to them. So I love them. So this is for me. I'm sorry, I'm keeping this guy because he's so lovely. But in case you want some of these for yourself, and you can find them on Etsy and eBay, they're like French wood lidded souvenir. And actually, if you want, I'm gonna put this on the screen like this. And then if you wanted to take a screenshot, then you can search by image, and then that will kind of show you other examples. And they're all really, really good. And they just are so sculptural on a shelf. And they just have this distinct look to them. So if you're in Europe and you find them, grab them up because they're really good and they actually can sell for a lot. Okay, so more art to show you. So this piece, I also picked up another moody painting with a black background. This one is framed. I just loved the way the fruit and the vegetables and these onions and stuff popped off because they are colorful, but not so bright that it looks new. Like, you know how sometimes very colorful art can feel like it's newer art because it doesn't have that aged patina to the paint. But this I thought was just really, really stunning. And the framing is really good on it. And so this piece I'm gonna list and probably deeply regret having to ship it because it's gonna be expensive, but I know one of you guys will probably want it because it's really special. And then this piece, again, another one I might regret shipping, but I'm gonna list just because the length of it, not because it's particularly heavy, because it's unframed, it's painted on board. You'll find a lot of art painted on board, and this art is always the most inexpensive. I thought this was great. And this is an example where I probably wouldn't frame it if I were to own it. I mean, you could totally go to a framer's and get it framed, but I think with the way that the length of it, I just think it's really cool, and propped up somewhere, I think it'd be fantastic, or on an easel, whatever you want to do. But I thought it was really lovely because the colors are really soft and it has just like this like tranquil vibe. So another piece of art that I had to grab. And then this one, I haven't decided if I'm keeping or not. Now this is going to not be for everybody because it's clown vibes, it's abstract face vibes. Something about it is just very weird. Now I am redoing my bathroom, my powder bathroom, and the walls and the paneling are this like blue color. And I was just like, should I scare my guests to death with this? Like how much of a surprise this would be. Be like, woo! Like I'm watching you in the bathroom. Oh, sorry, that got weird. I didn't mean it like that. Should I cut this out? Maybe I should cut this out. Anyways, I like bathrooms when you go out, and this is getting weird. I know this is, I like bathrooms. Okay, rephrase that. I love when I go to a restaurant and when I need to use the restroom and you go in the restroom and it's like a really interesting like decor where everyone's talking about like, did you go into the restroom? Doesn't it look like so cool or has such a vibe or music or decor? I feel like bathrooms are where some people are allowed to do some of like the interesting decor things they wouldn't do in the rest of their house. And I feel like a powder bathroom is one of those spaces. I hope I'm rescuing this like train of thought because I know it's probably like, okay, Andy, where are you going with this? So anyways, so yeah, I don't know. It's a very weird piece. Surprisingly, my husband was like, I kind of like it because I thought for sure he was going to be like, absolutely not. And I know some of you, if you've watched some of my recent videos, I somehow seem to be like getting like clown / carousel / carnival stuff. Like it's like creeping into my sourcing in a very unexpected way that I'm not prepared for. And I never thought I would be like a clown person at all. No offense if you are. Yeah. So that is a piece I don't know what I'm going to do with. If I'm going to keep it or sell it. I guess if one of you guys like it speaks to you, let me know. Maybe I can be persuaded to let it go. It's been sitting like downstairs, actually not in the rest of the hall. It's been sitting downstairs because I've been trying to like desensitize myself to it. And I also wanted to see what my son thought because I of course don't want him to feel scared in his home by some strange clown thing looking at him. But he seemed unfazed by it, thankfully. So some decor items. I actually didn't get as many decor pieces as art as you guys saw. So this really cool copper and brass little treasure chest. It says tea on it, which I thought was really cute. So I had to get it. This huge brass bell. Anytime I can find a brass bell, I pick them up whether I'm overseas or home. They always have a buyer. They're always popular. They always sell for a lot. So they're one of those things that even though I go to Europe trying to find like special stuff I can't find, it's always like helpful to come home with a few things, especially if they're small, that you know are like a guaranteed sell and a really good flip. I also got this little like cherub angel because these have been selling for me and they can sell for a lot, like the wood ones in particular. This is, I think, my first like plaster one. There's a little bit of wear on it, which I probably could use some paint because I have gold paints and stuff and I can do pretty decent color matching. So I may just touch up like the nose and down here and leave some of the other wear as is. The woman that I bought this from, she told me a price. I think it was like 15 pounds. She's like, no. She's like, 10 pounds. I'm like, no. And I really wasn't playing hardball with her. I was thinking like, do I want to take this back knowing it's plaster and it could break? And, you know, because of that, I would need to get it cheap. That's like in my mind. So I really wasn't trying to play hardball with this woman. And I was just like smiling, like, no, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's okay. And then I was walking and eventually it became 5 pounds. So she wanted to get me. And so she did in the end. So I did like risk it. For 5 pounds, I thought, okay, I can risk it. If it breaks because it's plaster, then I'm not heartbroken. So this cute stool is something that I was very excited about. So this ended up being 10 pounds. I think it was 12, and then I talked them down to 10. I thought it was really cute because I just love the curve of the legs. I thought it was adorable. And little stools and stuff like this, you guys have heard me say, are a really good seller for me. I have not picked up many or found many recently. It used to be something I would get quite often, but honestly, I haven't gone to as many antique malls, and that's usually where I can find them pretty reasonable. And I have not been antique mall shopping as much as Goodwill shopping these days. So I haven't been finding the stools, but was really excited to find that one and bring it home. So a couple things to show you I did not get at the market. I got at another antique place in the UK and market was this adorable house key holder. I thought it was great. These always sell well because everyone needs these for their keys. And so I picked that up. And this, I thought was so cute because the mushrooms, adorable, absolutely adorable. This embroidery here, I feel like I paid up for this because I was considering thinking about it, or sorry, I was considering keeping it. Of course, another floral on black. That seems to be, like I said, a theme of me shopping. And I thought it was really great. So I don't know if I'm gonna keep this or not, but if I'm not gonna keep it, it'll be listed by the time the video goes live. I also got this painted box. And I just love the bright colors, which I know compared to everything else, this stands out big time because it's so like hot, like it's like fluorescent. But that's what I loved about it, is because it did stand out compared to everything else I've been getting. And then a few little like trinkety things that will go to my booth because they're not really worth selling online. Although the fish I kind of want to keep myself because, you know, I like fish. And it was only £3.50, which I thought was great. And then these I'm going to put online. These are 2 cute little vases. I mean, look at their little like handles. They're adorable. I love them. I love them so much. I don't need them, so I'm going to make them available. And I love that there's 2 and they are a pair. So they were, oh, it was only $5 for the pair? Well, that was a good price now that I'm remembering. So yeah, I was really excited about that. So I will pop the information for that place on the screen. So if you're in the Midlands, it's definitely like worth going to. It's not far from the other big antique mall that I go to in the Midlands when I go to the UK and if I'm staying near my in-laws. That place, which is, it's not very big, but has good deals. And then the other place that the video I did like first in the series. If you haven't watched any of the other videos and you're interested in all the sourcing I did in Europe, I have the playlist linked down below. There's a lot of really good videos to watch, and those 2 like antique malls are definitely like a highlight when I go visit my in-laws. Okay, so one final piece I wanted to show you, and bless its heart, it is busted, but I absolutely can repair the frame. It's this painting of Jesus, and I was a bit scandalized seeing it because he looks so handsome, and I'm used to seeing Jesus look very sad or kind of older, not quite like this. So I would love to know what the artist was thinking when they painted him so smoldering. So I had to get it. I was like, this is the most unique religious painting I have ever found. And so I had to bring it home. I had to try to bring it home because I was like, whoa, whoa. Like it's very striking. I'm sure some of you will feel the same. It's very striking. You guys know I love religious artifacts, religious artwork. I collect all sorts of religious paintings and artifacts. And so that's why this also spoke to me. Like, Europe has the best religious stuff. They do. Well, obviously they do, because they've been around for hundreds and hundreds of years, prior to, the United States. So they have that history with the church and all of the very cool artwork and religious artifacts. So yeah, I thought it was great. The funny thing about that vendor was he was interesting, and he definitely didn't have all his clothes on when he was in his booth. So it was like, so yeah, couldn't get out of there fast enough, because I was like, I know it's hot, but should you be in your boxers? I don't think so. Perhaps you should have prepared and worn shorts, because I can definitely tell those are not shorts, and everyone else can too, and it's making probably other people a little bit uncomfortable as well. Although I know as Americans we're pruder, so maybe the Europeans would think that was fine. But I was like, oh wow, okay, I'm feeling scandalized. Let me pay for this and run. So anyways, that is all I have to share with you. So thank you so much for watching. Sorry to end on that strange note, I guess. But everything that I'm showing you everything that I showed you is going to be listed on Etsy and linked down below. And like I said, if you don't see it, it could be that it's sold, or it's something that I did not get up in time. Most of the rest of the stuff that I brought back from Europe has largely sold. I don't think there's really anything left. So I'm sorry if you go back and watch the other videos and you get excited. Some of that stuff has sold already. Usually the stuff from Europe sells pretty quickly because it's stuff that you can't really find here. But if this is your first video, it's still worth watching the others, especially if you're planning a trip to the UK or Portugal, which I also went to. So I have a lot of great tips on how to shop in those two places. Thank you so much for watching today, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Take care.